Good day everyone, good day sir. In this video, we are the presenters that we will going to discuss all about Phylum Chordata together with Miss Eliza Dacera and Miss Cherelle Suaso. So, here are our objectives. At the end of this discussion, listeners will be able to understand and the characteristics and key features of Phylum Chordata, identify and classify the different subphylums and classes within Phylum Chordata, and analyze the importance and diversity of Phylum Chordata. So, Phylum Chordata is a significant taxonomic group encompassing animals characterized by several key features at some stage of their development. These features include a notochord, which is a flexible rod-like structure providing support along the dorsal axis, a dorsal nerve cord running above the notochord, pharyngeal slits or pouches in the region behind the mouth, and a post-anal tail extending beyond the anus. These characteristics are present in varying degrees among different chordates. For example, in simpler forms like tunicates and lanceolates, they may be present only in the larval stage, while in more complex organisms like vertebrates such as fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals, they are typically present at some point during embryonic development. Chordates exhibit remarkable diversity, ranging from tiny, filter-feeding organisms to large, complex vertebrates to vertebrates. This phylum encompasses a wide array of species inhabiting diverse environments, from marine habitats into terrestrial ecosystems. The presence of these defining features helps biologists classify and understand the evolutionary relationships among chordates and their diverse adaptation to their ecological niches. So, the term chordata originates from the Latin word chords, which means cord or string. Corda, rather. It was first used by the 19th to 20th century British biologist William Bateson. Bateson noted a common anatomical feature among a group of animals he was studying, a flexible supporting structure called the notochord. The notochord, which runs along the length of the body, provides support and structure, taken to a flexible cord or string. Bateson recognized the significance of this structure as a defining characteristic shared by these animals and used it as the basis for naming the taxonomic group Chordata. Therefore, the term Chordata reflects the presence of the notochord, highlighting its importance in the classification of animals within this group. This anatomical feature serves as unifying factor among diverse organisms, ranging from simple forms like tunicates and lanceolates to more complex vertebrates like fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Phylum Chordata is incredibly important and diverse, encompassing a wide range of animals from the simplest to most complex. So here are the brief overview of its significance. In ecological rules, chordates occupy various ecological niches, contributing to ecosystem balance and function. From filter feeding tunicates to top predators like mammals and birds, chordates fulfill roles as herbivores, carnivores, scavengers, and more, influencing food webs and nutrient cycling. In economic value, many chordates are economically important. For example, in fisheries, fisheries rely on fish species for food, while others are harvested for their valuable byproducts like pearls, oils, and leather. Additionally, ecotourism centered around charismatic chordates such as whales, dolphins, and birds generate significant revenue. In biomedical research, chordates, particularly mammals, serves as crucial role models for biomedical research due to their physiological similarities to humans. Studies on chordates have led to breakthroughs in understanding genetics, physiology, disease mechanisms, and drug development benefiting human health. So next we have the last indicators of ecosystem health. Chordates often serves as indicators of ecosystem health due to their sensitivity to environmental changes. Declines or shifts in chordate populations can signal broader ecological imbalances, helping researchers and policymakers identify and address environmental issues. Overall, Phylum Chordata's diversity and ecological importance underscore its significance in maintaining ecosystem integrity, supporting human livelihoods, advancing the scientific knowledge, and monitoring environmental health. So let's proceed in the general characteristics of Phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata is a diverse group of animals that includes, as what I have said kaganina, vertebrates such as fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. So here are some general characteristics of Phylum Chordata. First, we have habitat. We include the habitat because to further more about their life status. So we have habitat, bilateral symmetry, notochord, post-anal tail, pharyngeal pouches, exoskeleton and endoskeleton, complete digestive system, closed blood vascular system, dorsal and tubular nerve cords. So to furthermore know about their characteristics, let's have discuss it one by one. So first we have habitat. Chordates can be inhabit a wide range of environment, including terrestrial, aquatic such as fish, water and marine water, and aerial habitats. They can be found also in forests, oceans, rivers, deserts, mountains, and even in underground caves. So next we have bilateral symmetry. Most chordates exhibit bilateral symmetry. It means that their bodies can be divided into two equal halves along a central axis. This symmetry aids in efficient movement and coordination. Next, we have notochord. A defining features of chordates, the notochord is a flexible rod-like structure that provides supports and structure during early development. Invertebrates, it typically develops into the backbone or vertebral column. So next we have post-anal tail. Many chordates possess a post-anal tail, which is an extension of the body located behind the anus. This tail aids in propulsion, balance, and sometimes serves as a means of communication or defense. So next, we have pharyngeal pouches. So chordates, as what I've said kaganina, often have pharyngeal pouches, which are the structures in the throat region that may develop into various specialized organs depending on the species. In aquatic, they have gills, and in terrestrial, they have ears or nose, especially in mammals. So next, we have exoskeleton and endoskeleton. So while some chordates, like certain invertebrates, have an exoskeleton, meaning external skeleton, most chordates possess an endoskeleton. The endoskeleton provides support, protection, and anchorage for muscles. So, next characteristics, we have complete digestive system. Chordates have a complete digestive system consisting of a mouth, esophagus, stomach, intestines, and anus. These systems allows them for the ingestion, digestion, absorption, and the elimination of food. So next, we have closed blood vascular system. So, in fact, that chordates have a closed circular system, meaning blood is confined within vessels, and circulated throughout the body. This system was efficiently transports oxygen rather, nutrients, hormones, and waste products to and from cells. So the last thing we have dorsal and tubular nerve cord. Uh, Chordates possess a dorsal nerve cord, which is a hollow, tubular structure located along the dorsal side of the body. In vertebrates, this nerve cord develops into the spinal cords and serves as the main pathway for transmitting nerves impulses. These characteristics collectively define Phylum Chordata and illustrate the remarkable diversity and adaptability of its members across different environments and evolutionary pathways. So those are the general characteristics of phylum Chordata. So next we have the different subphyla of chordates. The phylum Chordata is divided into three subphyla: the Urochordata or the tonicates, Cephalochordata or the lanceolates, and the vertebrata or the vertebrates. Vertebrata also contains 7 classes of chordates. So, matakal na yan later on. So, first we have Urochordata or the tonicates. Urochordata, commonly known as tunicates or sea squirts, are fascinating marine invertebrates with their unique characteristics. They have sac-like body with siphons. Tunicates have a sac-like body structure with 2 siphons, through which they draw in and expel water. These siphons are essential for respiration and feeding. So, next we have characteristics in larval stage. During their larval stage, tunicates possess all the typical characteristics of chordates, including a notochord and a dorsal nerve cord. However, many of these features are lost or modified as they metamorphose into adults. Next, next we have filter feeders. Tunicates are filter feeders, utilizing mucus net to trap small particles from the water for food. They extract nutrients from plankton and other organic matter suspended in the water. Also, most tunicates live for about 1 year as adults. This relatively short lifespan is characteristics of many marine organisms. Tunicates serves as prey for various marine predators, including sharks, skates, and bottom-dwelling animals like periwinkles. Their sac-like bodies and sedentary lifestyle make them vulnerable to predation. Tunicates plays very important roles in marine ecosystems, such as filter feeders, contributing to nutrient cycling and food webs. Despite their seemingly simple appearance, they exhibit intriguing developmental and ecological adaptations that make them an intriguing subject of study in marine biology. So next we have Cephalochordata or the lanceolates. Cephalochordata, commonly known as lanceolates, are intriguing marine organisms with distinct characteristics, like small fish-like filter feeders. Lanceolates are small marine animals that resemble fish in appearance. They are primarily filter feeders, meaning they feed by straining small particles such as plankton from the water. Lanceolates also retain all typical chordate characteristics throughout their entire lives. This includes a notochord, a flexible rod-like structure, a dorsal nerve cord, and pharyngeal slits and a post-anal tail. Lanceolates have translucent bodies, meaning they allow easily observation of their internal structures. This transparency facilitates scientific study and research into their anatomy and physiology. So next, also, lanceolates have a unique habit of burrowing into sandy substrates, with only their heads protruding from the sand. From this position, they filter plankton and other small particles from the surrounding water for feeding. Some lanceolates species have been observed to live for a few years, typically around 2 to 4 years. This relatively longer lifespan compared to other marine invertebrates, allowing for more extended periods of ecological interaction and reproductive opportunities. Lanceolates plays very important roles in marine ecosystem as filter feeders, contributing to nutrient cycling and serving as prey for larger predators. Their retention of chordate characteristics throughout life makes them valuable subject for studying the evolutionary relationships and developmental biology of chordates. So the third one, we have the vertebra or the vertebrates. Vertebra represent the most familiar and diverse group within the phylum Chordata. Um, these are their characteristics and significance. Vertebra contains backbone or spine. One of the defining features of vertebrates is the presence of a backbone or spine, which provides structural support and protection for the spinal cord and internal organs. Vertebrates also encompass a vast array of organisms, including fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. This diversity is evident in their morphology, behavior, habitat preferences, and ecological rules. Also, vertebrates have well-developed brains and sensory organs. Vertebrates typically possess well-developed brains and sensory organs, allowing them for complex behaviors, cognitive abilities, and perception of the environment. This enables them to respond adaptively to various stimuli and challenges in their surroundings. So next we have vertebrates contains internal skeleton. So most vertebrates have internal skeletons composed of bone or cartilage, providing support, protection, and anchorage for muscles. This internal framework allows for efficient movement and locomotion. Vertebrates also have a closed circulatory system, meaning their blood is contained within vessels and circulated throughout the body. This system efficiently transports oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and waste products to and from cells, supporting metabolic processes and homeostasis. Additionally, vertebrates exhibit a remarkable diversity of adaptation, various lifestyles and environments. This includes the adaptation for flight in birds, amphibious lifestyle in amphibians, thermal regulation in reptiles, and complex social structures in mammals. These adaptations reflect their evolutionary history and ecological interactions. Vertebrates play essential roles in ecosystems as predators, prey, competitors, and ecosystem engineers. They contribute to nutrient cycling, energy flow, and ecosystem stability, shaping the structure and function of ecosystems worldwide. Additionally, vertebrates hold significant serving as source of food, companionship, inspiration, and scientific study. The 7 classes of subphylum vertebra will be discussed by Ms. Cheryl Swasey.
So the 7 classes of subphylum vertebra with its own distinct characteristic. This includes class Agnatha, which is jellyfish, class Chondrichthyes. Next is the class Astectes and class Amphibia, class Reptilia, class Apes, and lastly is the class Mammalia. So, the class Agnatha, also referred to as jellyfish, comprises primitive fish within the phylum Chordata. These creatures are among the earliest vertebrates known as the fossil record and are distinguished by their lack of true jaws. Instead of jaws, they possess a circular sucker-like mouth, while While agnathans are primarily marine organisms, some species, such as lampreys and hagfish, venture into freshwater environments for breeding purposes. These unique classes of fish hold significant importance in understanding the evolutionary history of vertebrates. Next classes is the class of Agnatha, includes jellyfish, which are considered the most primitive group of vertebrates. So here are some characteristics of class Agnatha. First is the jellyfish, which are regarded as the most primitive group of vertebrates. These fish lack through jaws and instead possesses circular mouths. They have cartilaginous skeletons, of meaning their skeletal structure is composed primarily of cartilage rather than bone. So unlike many other fish, they lack paired fins, which are often seen as one of the defining characteristics of more advanced fish groups. So agnathans have relatively simple and primitive body structures compared to other vertebrates. They retain a notochord, a flexible rod-like structure that provides support along the length of the body, instead of a vertebral column found in more advanced vertebrates. So the reproduction in Agnatha typically involves external fertilization, where eggs and sperms are released into the water, and fertilization occurs outside the body. So they inspire through gills, extracting oxygen from water passing over their gills. And they possess a relatively primitive circulatory system, so often with a two-chambered heart. Agnathans can be found in both marine and freshwater habitats, displaying a wide range of ecological adaptations. The two main groups within class Agnatha are hagfish and lampreys. So hagfish are primarily marine scavengers known for their slime-producing ability, while lampreys are found in both freshwater and marine environments, and often exhibit parasitic behavior, attaching themselves to other fish to feed on their blood and body fluids. So as for the lifespan of the class Agnatha, it varies among Agnatha species. Lampreys, for instance, typically have complex life cycles involving larval and adult stages, with varying lifespan depending on factors like species, environmental conditions, and life history strategies. So hagfish, known for their ability to produce copious amounts of slime as a defense mechanisms, also exhibit varied lifespans influenced by factors such as predation, pressure, and habitat availability. So despite their relatively simple anatomical features compared to other fish groups, jellyfish plays important ecological roles in marine ecosystem as scavengers and predators. They also hold scientific significance as evolutionary links, providing insights in the early evolution of the vertebrates and the transition of jellyfish to jellyfish. Next is the class Chondrichthyes, commonly referred to as cartilaginous fish. Um, this class is a group of fish within the phylum Chordata, right? So these creatures are distinguished by their skeletons, which are primarily composed of cartilage rather than bone. So example of cartilaginous fish include sharks, mantle rays, and ratfishes. These unique skeletal structures provide flexibility and buoyancy, making them well adapted to their aquatic environment. So cartilaginous fish are renowned for their diverse adaptation and are vital components of marine ecosystem. That is in the class Chondrichthyes. Next is the Class Astic no is class Chondrichthyes again, that comprises consisting of cartilaginous fish, encompasses a diverse group including shark, rays, and chimeras. One of the defining features of chondrichthyes is their cartilaginous skeleton, which provides flexibility and lightweight buoyancy compared to bony fish with skeletal structures composed of bone. So next is the class Astectes. Class Astectes is commonly known as the bony fish, is a diverse group of fish characterized by their bony skeletons. They represent the largest and most diverse class of vertebrates with over 30,000 species identified. So, these fish are characterized by their skeletons, which are primarily composed of bone. Astectes represent the largest of the most diverse class of vertebrates with over 30,000 identified species. So, the example of bony fish include salmon, mockfish, or ato ginatawag na bangus, and tuna. Their bony skeletons provide structural support and contribute to their wide range of body shapes and sizes. Bony fish are found in various aquatic environments worldwide and play crucial roles in aquatic ecosystems and human societies, that serving as important sources of food and recreations. So next is class Astectes consists of bony fish, which are the most diverse group of vertebrates. Here are the case characteristics of Astectes. Bony fish, the most diverse group among vertebrates. Their defining features include a bony skeleton or upper column, a bony flap covering the gills, swim bladder for the buoyancy control, scales covering their bodies, a lateral line system for sensing vibration in the water. So, a homocircle tail where the upper and lower lobes of the tail fin are symmetrical. Paired fins for stabilization and maneuvering, and opercular pumping to facilitate breathing by drawing water over the gills. So bony fish exhibit both oviparous or egg-laying and viviparous or the leaf-bearing modes of reproduction. So it contributing to their reproductive versatility. They inhabit diverse aquatic environments ranging from freshwater lakes and rivers to saltwater oceans, so showcasing their adaptability. Their diet spans a wide range from herbivorous to carnivorous, allowing them to exploit various ecological niches. So the adaptation for osmoregulation enable bony fish to maintain proper balance of salts and water within their bodies. So the crucial for surviving in different salinity levels. In addition, the lifespan of bony fish varies greatly, with some species living only a few months while others can survive for over a century, reflecting the remarkable diversity and longevity within this class of vertebrates. Next is the class Amphibia or amphibians. Also commonly known as amphibians, is a group of ectodermic vertebrates that typically undergo metamorphosis from an aquatic larval stage to a terrestrial adult stage. It characterized by their unique life cycle that involves metamorphosis from an aquatic larval stage to a terrestrial adult stage. Amphibians are an ancient group of animals that representing one of the earliest transitions from aquatic to terrestrial life among vertebrates. So, class Amphibia or amphibians are ectothermic vertebrates that often experience metamorphosis from an aquatic larval stage, like tadpoles, to a terrestrial adult stage like frogs or salamanders. This cycle this life cycle transition is a defining features of amphibians. They are ancient creatures among the first vertebrates to transition from water to land. So amphibians typically require moist environment for breathing and skin respiration due to their permeable skin. So despite their early evolutionary success, many amphibian species face threats like habitat destruction and disease. Next is the encompasses encompasses of amphibians, which are vertebrate animals known their unique life cycle that involves both aquatic and terrestrial stages. Here are the key characteristics of class amphibians. First is the moist, permeable skin, metamorphosis, dual mode of respiration, three-chambered heart, ectodermic, aquatic and terrestrial habitats, tetrapod, limbs, external fertilization, carnivorous diet, sensitive to environmental changes. Amphibians exhibit a large range in lifespans from 2 years up to 20 years. So, class Amphibia encompasses a diverse group of vertebrate animals known as amphibians, which passes a set of distinctive characteristics that distinguish them from other classes of animals. These characteristics collectively enable them to thrive in both aquatic and terrestrial environments throughout their life cycle.
Good day everyone, my name is Eliza Don Santra Contradesara, and today my assigned topic is all about the class Rupitalia, class Apes, and class Mammalia. First, we tackle about the class Rupitalia. When we say class Rupitalia, these were the first class of organisms to adapt to life on land. They are believed to have evolved from amphibians millions of years ago. There are about 10,000 different species of reptiles on Earth, so damo sila. They are cold-blooded animals belonging to the Phylum Chordata of animal kingdom. Reptiles are one group or one class of animals. They share some important traits. Most reptiles are lay eggs. When you say lay eggs, they also known as oviparous, though some convert to live young. Their eggs are laid on land in loose soil or sand. Their eggs have a leathery shell to protect them from drying out. So, ang shell sa egg nila, baga para ma-protect ang yaon sa ilawom sa loob ng egg. Reptiles are covered with a tough, dry skin and protective scale or plates. Example agaw ng reptiles are lizards, snakes, crocodiles, and turtles, and alligators. Tas damo pa sab examples kay there are 10,000 different species nga ang reptiles. Unlike mammals, reptile teeth are usually the same shape and size throughout their mouth. Also, reptiles can take care of themselves very soon after hatching. Some reptiles have a venomous bite. Pag may mga venomous siya. The study of reptiles is called herpetology. Reptiles are broken down into 4 groups or 4 orders living today. These are Crocodilia, Testudines, Squamata, and Sphenodontia. Ang example ng Crocodilia are crocodiles, alligators, and caimans. Tas damo pasab. Ang example ng Testudines are turtles, sliders, tortoises, squamata. Yung squamata na-divide siya sa duha. Ang tawag sa iya kay Lacertelia or Sauria o Serpentes. Ang sa Lacertelia or Sauria, ang example sa iya kay lizards, mga ingana. Tas ang sa Serpentes are snakes. Tas ang Sphenodontia are tuataras. Tapos makita sa niya sa image na ako PPT. May ako gi-insert nga ito na picture para mas dali sa inyo masabtan. Characteristic of class Rhopitalia. There are creeping and burrowing terrestrial animals with scale on their body. They are cold-blooded animals found in the most of the warmer region of the world. Their skin is dry and raw without any glands. The body is divided into head, neck, trunk, and tail. Upatda. Few of these shed the scale on their skin as skin cast. Their respiration takes place with the help of the lungs. The skull is monocondylic. Limbs may or not be present. If they have limbs, they are two pairs of pentatactile limbs, each bearing claws. Necks do not have limbs. The heart is three-chambered. However, crocodiles have four. The nervous system comprises 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Reptiles do not have external air opening. Instead, tympanum represent air. They possess a typical cloaca. Reptiles are generally uricotelic. They mostly excrete nitrogenous waste as uric acid. Fertilization is internal. Names of reptiles like crocodiles, alligator, turtle, terrapin, snake, worm lizard, tortoise, caiman, tuatara lizards, and chameleon. Characteristic of Rhopitalia. The class Rhopitalia is differentiated into three major classes. These are Anapsida, Parapsida, and Diapsida. When we say Anapsida, it is a term used in biology and paleontology to describe a subclass of reptiles characterized by having no temporal fenestrae, which are opening in the skull behind the eyes. The term Anapsida literally means without arches in Greek, referring to the lack of this skull opening. This group includes turtle and some extinct reptiles. Ang Parapsida is not a commonly used as Anapsida, but it refers to a subclass of reptiles that have one temporal fenestra. Ang Anapsida having no temporal fenestrae, while ang Parapsida have one temporal fenestra. And last is Diapsida, is a subclass of reptiles characterized by having two temporal fenestrae which are opening in the skull behind the eyes. When we say two, so ang sa Diapsida having two temporal fenestrae. Ang Anapsida wara, ang Parapsida isa, ang Diapsida duha. Ang example ng Anapsida are turtles. Ang sa Parapsida are carthohanids. Kung yun siya pagbasa. Tapos, may ako insert ng picture para mas dali na siya ma-identify kung ano siya na animals. Ang sa Diapsida are dinosaurs. Anapsida, the dermal bones from a complete roof over the skull with no temporal foci. These are the subdivided. Tas ang Anapsida, nabahin siya kaduha sa Cotylosaurida and Chelonia. Tas ang Parapsida, these reptiles possesses on one temporal fossa present high up on the skull. Thus, the two largest group among these were Ichthyosaurs and Plesiosaurs. This became extinct at the end of the Cretaceous period when several other reptiles including dinosaurs died. Tapos, ang Diapsida, they are diverse of all reptiles. These are divided into two major groups, Archosauria and Lepidosauria. The class Rhopitalia is further divided into different groups known as orders. Ang group ng reptiles, orders, order Esquamata, order Testodines, order Crocodilia, and order Spinodontia. Again, gilaon ko na kaina ang mga example nila. So, tas may ako sa table na gi-insert sa ako PPT, tas makita sa niyo nga to. Tas there are 4 extinct group of class Reptilia. These are Ethiopterygia, kalisod di ba sa Lepidosauria, Archosauria, and Synapsida. Ang pinakauna are this group had one temporal fossil placed high on the scalp. Ang ikaduha, these were all the lizard-like reptiles. Ang ikatulo, some were bipedal which gave rise to birds, also gave rise to dinosaurs. Ang Synapsida, ang last, they were the most dominant group of reptiles during the Permian group. And proceed kita sa ikaduhan na class Aves. Aves is a class in Phylum Chordata. It includes all the birds. Tapos ang Tarsier ba kay belong siya sa class Aves. Aves are adapted to fly. All the birds come in the class Aves. They show courtship, parental care, nest building, and territorial behavior. It has about 9,000 species. Birds are feathered, warm-blooded vertebrates that lay hard-shell eggs. Warm-blooded, 4 chambered heart, 4 limbs, 2 are wings, feeders, hard-shelled eggs, beaks or bell with noted. Isudsab kung ang ila itlog tapos nipis da ang shell, di ba dali da mabuak? Dapat baga agad siya para maprotektahan ang yaan sa ilaw. Characteristic of class Aves are birds are warm-blooded animals. Unlike sa class Reptilia, kuan siya cold-blooded mga animals. While sa class Aves, birds are warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded ang sa Aves. Their fur limbs are modified into wings. Siyempre, pag lupad. They have a well-developed flight muscles that help during the flight. Their hind limbs are adapted for walking, hopping, perching, grasping, wading, and swimming. They have no teeth. They have sharp eyesight. Pigeons, and other seed-eating birds lack a gallbladder. Why ila gallbladder? They have a spongy and elastic lungs for respiration. The special vocal organ called syrinx is present at the base of trachea. Their heart is 4-chambered. 12 pairs of cranial nerves are present. All the birds are oviparous and exhibit sexual dimorphism. The egg have 4 embryonic membranes. These are amnion, cranion, allantois, and yolk sac. Classification of Aves. Ang classification of Aves na divide siya sa 2 category, which is Archanornites and Neornites. Ang Archanornites, this class of birds are extinct. They had a toothed beak with a long lizard-like tail. Thus, ang Neornites, this include extant as well as extinct birds. They have no teeth and a short tail. Ang pinakauna na kasi category ng Aves kay have long tail. Tapos ang ikaduha kay short tail. Last is the class Mammalia. Class Mammalia is a taxonomic class within the animal kingdom. It comprises warm-blooded animals that possess mammary glands which produce milk to nourish their young. They have also significant cultural and economic importance to humans, serving as sources of food, companionship, labor, and inspiration for art and storytelling. Di ba yung mga story sa una gani, mga bata pa kita or mga kinder pa kita, makakuha kita ng mga story ng mga karabaw, mga baka, yan. Tapos ang example sab ng ining mamalya, syempre noon sa ining mamalya kaysa sa lain na mga class. Ang example lang yun, kita na mo produce ng milk para siya sa kabaw, baka, Characteristic of mammalia, mammals are warm-blooded animals who give birth to their younger ones. Pareha sila ng class age sa warm-blooded animals. They are the most dominant form of animals found in almost all types of habitats. Sa tubig, sa lupa, or sa lain pa na mga habitats sa mga lugar. They have mammary glands that help them produce milk to feed their younger ones. Tapos, ang mammary glands, yun mo help para makaproduce sila ng milk para ibuhi sa ila anak. Their skin possess oil glands which called sebaceous glands, and sweat glands is called sudoriferous gland. They are heterodon. The trunk is divided into thorax and abdomen. Ang ila, 'di ba, ang class reptiles kay nabahin siya ang iya part sa lawas kay bahin kaupat amitong may trunk. Tas ining sa class mammalia, ang iya trunk nabahin pagid kaduha. Ang tawag kay thorax and abdomen. The mammals respire through lungs. The mammals can lay egg also. They are known as viviparous. Ang mammals na mo itlog, ang tawag sila kay viviparous. Ang mammals, they are many groups or class of animals. Mammals are in one group. All mammals share same traits. Example sa ila kay mga rodents, rabbits, insect eaters, elephants, toothless mammals, tapos zebra, example sa siya ng mammals. Ang mammals kay have backbone, three middle air bones, a specialized teeth, milk to feed their young, protect young, warm-blooded, and body hair. The classification of mammals, may iatulog ang classification. Mammals has the largest class in the animal kingdom based on their reproduction. They are classified into three subclasses: Eutheria, Metatheria, Prototheria. Ang Eutheria, mammals under this subclass give birth to young ones. Anak gayud nila pares yan sa kabaw. Kabaw ba? Ang Metatheria kay mammals belonging to this subclass give birth to immature young ones. For example, yon kay kangaroo, di ba? Bisan anak na siya pero yaon nagyapon siya sa murag kuan ng iya mama. Yaon nagyapon hantod mag-mature siya. Ang Prototheria, also known as monotrem's, the subclass Prototheria consists of egg-laying mammals. Mangitlog. General classification of mammals. The scientists have also classified the mammals on a general basis, which makes it easy to learn about the mammals and their distinguishing characteristic. Ang classification are animals, marsupials, primates, rodents, cetaceans, and other mammals. Ang example ng animals kay lion, tiger, dog. Tas ang example sa marsupials are kangaroo, koala, womba. Ang sa primates are chimpanzee, gorilla, monkey. Ang sa rodents are squirrel, mouse. Tapos ang sa cetaceans are dolphins, whales. Ang sa other mammals are seal and sea lion, and many more. In conclusion, each class, aves, mammalia, and reptilia possesses unique traits and adaptation that sets them apart from one another and other groups in the animal kingdom. Aves or birds are distinguished by their feathers, which provide insulation, aerodynamic capabilities, and vibrant displays for communication and courtship. Their lightweight skeletons, especially respiratory systems, and strong flight muscles enable them to achieve powered flight, a feature unique among vertebrates. Mammals are defined by their possession of mammary glands which produce milk to nourish their young, and their hair or fur which aids in insulation and sensory perception. They are characterized by their warm-blooded metabolism, allowing for higher activity levels and adaptation to various environments. Mammals also exhibit a diverse range of reproduction strategies, from egg-laying monotremes like the platypus to live-bearing placental mammals like humans. And last, reptiles are characterized by their scaly skin which provides protection and reduce water loss under ectothermic metabolism, meaning they rely on external sources of heat to regulate body temperature. Many reptiles have adapted to a terrestrial lifestyle, though some, like turtles and sea snakes, have returned to the water. Um, their diverse reproductive strategy include laying eggs with hard shell or giving birth to live young. So that's all. Thank you for listening.